What's up, everybody? How we doing? You're back with me, Michael Laifenhagen, your attitude coach. And today, hey, we're going to actually market you some programs. We're going to show you some things that I like to do as a coach with my clients, but we learn to understand it, how it builds the transition through everything you do day in and day out, where you want to challenge your own personal power to be your best self. So as you can see, I'm sitting here with no shoes on. I got some ankle weights on. I got some wrist weights on. I'm sitting on an exercise ball. I'm letting you guys know right now, this is what I love to do. I love to coach, and where I find myself doing the best things for myself, knowing that I can do it within, while I'm working, is to work on my posture. I have no shoes on. I can work on my grounding and my balance. And then the resistance of the weights on my ankles and wrists helps me stay light, helps me feel like I'm in the groove. And guess what? I'm juiced up! Juiced up, baby! So like I said, we're about to get into this program and this show right now. This is about quality time with deep mode work and fraction time mode. So as we jump into this, the programs is worked with deep work mode and fraction time mode is the performance coaching. I work with sports athletes. I work with employees, employers, businessmen, entrepreneurs, and I also work with family members, fathers, mothers, sisters, big brothers, big sisters, or also as a collective whole as a family. The next coaching program that this falls into is my 1-month active eating challenge. In this active eating challenge, I take you through different recipes. I take you through different eating cycles, eating techniques to see where you're really gonna focus in on who you are to find that deep work effort, or even that fraction time, that little snack time that you get to really find the personal power within food that's gonna help you find the change and the best relationship to have that food with you. And the next program I'll bring is the Young, Wild, and Free program. This one's for my high school people, my college guys, maybe even people who just got out of college and they're young in their 20s, young in their 30s, and they know how to work, they know how to not sleep, they know how to do a whole bunch of stuff, and they still got a motor to do it all. I want to coach the people like you. You're young, you're wild, you're free, you're always juiced up. But you got to remember, just because you can be like that in your 20s, you can be like that in your 50s too. I want to make sure I can help you build longevity and prosperity in what you do, because understand, you can always be young, wild, and free, no matter what age you are. And then the last one that I bring for you is a nice little starter package. It's called a 14-day cleanse. In this 14-day cleanse, I take you through whatever you ask me to take you through, and we figure out how to just do a cleanse with it, to walk through it rather than run through it, rather than trying to prioritize it within everything you do, but actually put it first with yourself and see how you do with that. Saying yes to your calendar, saying yes to yourself, and saying yes to the positive things and the meaningful things in your life, or even the negative things as well, because we all have an inner rebel. So as we jump down to quality time. Quality time is a deep work mode that happens when you get into a period of uninterrupted time, where you can focus on something that is a single task, that is an activity, that brings you into a focus of a laser focus that you can get it done in a 2-hour, 3-hour, 4-hour amount of time, that gives you that deep foundation for you not to be broken as you take the career, or you take the job opportunity, or you take the education that you're doing with the homework with your kids as first priority. Now, successful intellectuals and achievers, everyday individuals that believe that they're doing their best work and they're putting their personal power first, know how to use deep work mode when it's time to be in that state of deep work, where it's time to manifest and turn the page and change the narrative for what you see about your future. That brings power, that brings an understanding of transition and transparency from the old you into the new you. Now, the next thing with how you get to understand the deep work that you put into everything is to understand the fraction time mode that you transition out of the deep mode work. Now, fraction time could be up to 5 minutes, or it could be as most as 30 minutes. It could be even as most as an hour. But you have to understand, within that hour, whatever you can get done in 5 seconds, get it done. Whatever can get done in 30 seconds, get it done. 2 minutes, get it done. If that means you hit a workout that's only 2 minutes, get it done. But understand that transparency of that fractured time workout should bring a big impact to your deep work. And I don't care if you chunk it like by time, I don't care if you block your schedule, and I don't even care if you find a lifespan. Like for me, I live from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. and that lifespan right there, I get everything done. It doesn't matter if it's positive, it doesn't matter if it's negative, it doesn't matter if it wasn't even on my list and it was a detour, but I said yes to getting it done. Because I understand from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m., I can get everything done. Because the Lord has given me that juice to live that way, baby. Woo! So now we jump into the senses of grit. You know, that's one thing I have trouble finding with people nowadays, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's their backbone, or they're thinking too much, or they can't respect what their gut tells them when they know it's time to shine through something. So that sense of grit, I have 3 points for that, and then I also have 3 bullet points that go along with my coaching programs for you to understand when you are coached by me to help you find these senses of grit. So the first point is that you have to asset your awareness and the ability to grow. Grow in everything that you do. Don't look to fix things and put a condition on them. Find a way to grow with reasoning and then be able to look at things and actually bring them into reality so it's not a dream anymore. The second one is to be able to reveal and accept the situations you're always in. Remember, as I told you, fraction time to deep work time. It can go hour by hour or it can go minute by minute, but you have to understand where your clarity is. You have to understand where your momentum is coming from. You have to know what type of energy that's going to take you to not only start this, but finish this, but respect the grind within between the lines of the start and the finish. The third one, are you ready to commit? And then are you ready to innovate? So are you ready to commit your life and bring that attitude? That's why I'm the attitude coach. I gotta find that out of you, that grit, that sense that connects to your breathing, to your hearing, to what you see, to how you move. That grit, I gotta connect with it. And find the way you commit and find the way you become a new creator out of yourself. The way you innovate, the way you grow, the way you truly find a deep work outside of the work you already do, to look internally within inside of yourself to find that personal power. And I'm going to coach you with that. So I got 3 bullet points for how we go deeper within understanding those grit senses. First is we understand the 6 W's about you. I'm going to sit back and relax like I like to do on my exercise ball. And the 6 W's I'm going to find out about you is what keeps you young. It's your who, what, when, where, why, and how. Now understanding these, we're going to clear the clutter in all of your life and maximize your time in these 6 W's. And then with that, we're going to understand where your young life brings you back to understanding your powerful life. Because that's what we all understand sometimes when we reflect back. Our kid in our past was our most powerful times because those experiences were our best teachers to change our ways for our future. But when we get into our future, when do you take the responsibility? Because that's another attitude that I like to try to find out as well. To commit to what needs to stand now for your future and not need to be reflected from your past. That's a responsibility that a lot of people don't like to take time in. Because when you got to take time in those responsibilities, it jumps down to my next one. It's saying yes to yourself. When I ask for somebody to say yes to yourself, I ask for 30 days of your time. And within those 30 days, each day, I want you to schedule out everything that you do. And then when I go to ask you, are you going to do that today? You tell me yes. Are you going to tell me you're going to do that today? You tell me no. Understand, if you can be so positive to yourself in those 30 days and tell me yes and tell me no, and you go act out on every single thing on that calendar, I want to see where your life's going to go. Because I feel like some people will have something on their calendar and they'll ignore it, or they'll substitute it, or they'll push it back. No, it's time to put yourself first. Put that juice where you put it on that calendar, and let's see how you go grow and bring the senses of grit after that. Then we jump into the big 5 areas of your life. These big 5 areas of your life, I'm sad to say, is what controls you. But at the same time, you find the freedom out of yourself when you're able to find grounding and foundation when you actually look deep within these to actually help your life prosper. You know, I've already talked to you about longevity. So now we're going to talk about prosperity. All right, so money, health, relationships, to which is greater, and then you. Those 5 areas of your life are the things that I think are big, powerful, moving. Create the momentum and the sense of urgency that either takes you to the finish or still keeps you at the starting line and you're afraid to start. But why? Why did those big 5 have to control your grit senses? And that's where I want to fix that hole and fill that void in you, because that's where the juice is going to set you free and what you understand about yourself to reveal that grit and transfer it into that new life that you have for yourself. And then when all this comes together and you're feeling the ups and downs, you're feeling the achievements, you're even feeling a chance to step back. Those are a lot of different emotional states that you'll walk in through and through that are positive and negative when you go through this time with me. I want to tell you, I'm also going to have them up here behind me as well, that you be honest about these that you go through. You tell me that you're going through these. You even tell me when you're in the position for all the ones that are positive or negative on this list that are going to help you get you to where you need to be at in life. Again, if you have to turn numb, if numbing is going to get you to where you need to be, then let's hear it. Tell me the story. Tell me the biology to each emotional state that gets you to walking into that new chapter of your life. Now understand, as you all can see, I'm someone that likes to challenge myself every day because I got a lot of juice. But to have a lot of juice, you got to be able to have a full body workout to experience, to exercise that juice. To understand that when you want that juice, that blood regulated, to turn it to an impulse, or maybe even to slow down and synchronize into what you're doing so you don't lose the energy that keeps your focus in play to accomplish your goal. That's what we do together. That's why I took the time, as you guys could see with me here. I took the time to sit on an exercise ball to fix my posture. I've been wearing ankle braces. I'm going to take them off now because I'm going to tell you, I feel real light right now. I've had them off for about 40 minutes. Woo, I'm going to take them off real quick. Now, with these ankle weights, you can wear them when you're at work. I don't care what work you're doing. These are only 3 pounds. 3 pounds. If you feel like there's times you need a little pep in your step, a little lightness, hey, put some ankle weights on, man. They ain't going to hurt you. You can go walk around your house with them, take them off. I mean, you got a little lightness in your feet. You feel a little bit better. You know, same with the wrist. Same with the wrist weight. They're only 3 pounds as well. You know, people who like to sit and do a lot of computer work. People who have really sore wrists and can't figure out how to strengthen them. People who like to run and have trouble trying to keep this rotation because there's too much muscle here. So you gotta want to be able to loosen up your shoulders. Those wrist weights will do that. There's a lot of things here that is for everybody. The average human being can do within 7 to 8 minutes of time. 7 to 8 minutes, that's all I'm asking of you. But if you want to do this collectively, it's going to take you 25 to 30 minutes. And that's the best part about it, because it takes 4 sets. 4 sets, 4 quarters, baby. That's how I like to work. So let me get into this for you with you, okay? This is a fractured time workout. You can jump rope for a minute. You can hit some weights for 30 seconds. You can hit some resistance workout for 5 minutes. You can hit some yoga or stretching for 2 minutes. But you gotta understand, these are fraction time workouts. These are sequenced workouts. You fall into the next one, you fall into the next one. But you're not losing your breath, you're not losing your focus, and you're not losing your sense of clarity where you're trying to transition yourself into next, which is that emotional grit. That sequence of understanding where you're going to open the door into a new one just because you're going to hit the grind. You're down to hit the progression instead of the emotional state that you're in. So this is what I'm going to tell you. Within all these workouts, especially these ones right here, with the weights, you can hit it 5 times, 10 times, 15 times, 20 times. Or you can do a burnout. Woo! That's what I like to do. Just knock it out, man. Just hit it. And I'm going to tell you right now, when you go through that, and I don't care if you're doing it slow and under control, Like I said, there's times you might hit an impulse and you want to grind and you're going to see it. I'm going to hit it too. That you just want to get after it, but you can't lose focus. You can't lose where you're going to find that personal power in you and just jump back to your old ways because you still want to lift the weight. It don't work that way. Or you still want to hit another jump. It don't work that way. But if you practice, you are going to turn something into permanent if you're going to commit to it. So, we're going to jump into this workout right now. With me, I like to start where I like to start because I like to get juiced real quick. I got this bar right here, right? You can go get this bar at Walmart. I bought this bar at Walmart. 25-pound curl bar, 25-pound weights on each side, baby. So within this, man, hey, you can just hit. I'm going to hit curls for you real quick. Now understand, I'm going to put this whole workout at the bottom of this video, baby. This whole workout of every exercise that I do. Everyone that I have no problem transitioning into. Because that's what I want people to understand. No matter what work you got going, no matter what's trying to phase you, I don't care if it's an emotional state, I don't care if it's progression when you know where you're going at in life, and it's going to take you to the best next stage. Hey, you better breathe. You better keep them eyes open. And I'm going to tell you, you better not quit. Because that progression, when you know you get to that top of the mountain, and you want to go back down to that valley, and you know it's dark and it's cold and it's gloomy, hey, you got your people with you. They're everywhere around you. I'm talking about people, the ones that can hold your support, the ones that can hold your accountability, especially when you get to this light work. You know, you can even do this with resistance bands. The same thing that I was just doing. For people who can't lift weights like that, you can do the same thing. But look, you keep your posture right. You stand up straight, you keep your abs good. You hit the whole workout, and you bring it back down, and you do it in control again. You have to understand, when you go through those emotional states that are positive or negative, you can even a shorter workout. When you go through those emotional states, you have to know that there's always a time that you can find peace in that isolation. You can find turmoil in that isolation. You can find tenacity. But understand, which one are you going to connect to? Which one are you going to stick with? That's going to bring a throttle in you that you're just going to want to hit it. Just like when you hit a speed rope, baby. You get in that rhythm. Oh, see, I lost that rhythm. That's what happens. So I'm not focusing. I'm talking to a camera, but that's okay. So look, you get in that rhythm. And I'm telling you, it might hurt, because I just hit my toes right there. It happens, you might hit a little strip, but hey, I'm telling you, get after it. I'm telling you, when you're in this synchronized motion right here, people are deadly. People are real. People know how to motivate others. People know how to stand out and be an example for what the work is at your best efforts. Because work matters. You know, sometimes you might have to read a book. Because there's times, like I say, within this workout, you can do all this. And like you see, I'm tired. My blood's pumping. I'm feeling good. But now I gotta take a time to rejuvenate. So when you do that, you take the time, you maybe jump into some yoga. You know, cross your legs. You're invincible. You're powerful. You're inspirational. You can go back to that person that you just had a problem with, and you can forgive them because you understand how to be the bigger person. When you see somebody going through some turmoil, if they want some advice from you as a friend, you can be a dependent friend, or as I am, I'm a dependent coach that helps you get through whatever you need to get through. If that means if it's physically, mentally, or emotionally, I got your back. Through experiment, for it to find for your body to find the ultimate power from within. So again, as I'll tell you that this right here, this time that you just been with me in this video, the programs that I had just marketed to you today, because I know you're out there. I know you're out there and you're committed to your life. You do everything day in and day out. You challenge yourself to everything that might even take you to a detour, but has you even on the right schedule. And you maybe get off early and you get to sit back and kick your feet up. But what are you going to do instead? Are you going to stay hungry? Are you going to stay thirsty? Or are you going to starve and kick back and figure out what's going to come and lay in your lap? Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you're going to kick your feet up and try to find something to lay in your lap, work don't matter to you, and you ain't got the juice or the grit that I want people to understand and get through the transparency right now. Because guess what? The responsibility now is the time to change. It is a time of responsibility to put yourself first and change. And I'm going to take that time with you. I'm going to run and I'm going to walk. I'm going to lift. I'm going to jump. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to stretch. I'm even going to jump down into prayer. As I'm a man and a believer of the Holy Spirit that can do everything in His might to take care of each one of us human beings. Again, my name is Michael Latham-Hagen. I'm your attitude coach. And I'll let you know these programs on this board are amazing for anybody. The average person, young or old, or even if you don't know me, but come take the time with me. But don't forget the emotional states that I have on that other board and the grit senses as well. Because if you know what your gut is telling you and you're not going to listen to your mind that's trying to develop you, you'll make the right choice. You will commit. But woo, find that truth, baby. Find